Alright folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Sure, it is a pleasure to see you. Hope you're all having a good weekend. We have reached the end of these tournaments now. We've got the finals, only a couple of matches to talk about. We'll waste no time in doing that. Before we do, like the video for me if you would. Get yourself subscribed to the channel. If you're not, I'd appreciate it if you did. Cruising well over 800 subs now folks. I am very, very grateful for that. Appreciate each and every one of you. It means a lot, it really does. We'll be at 1,000 before we know it, I imagine. Slowly but surely, we're doing it right over here. We do good, do we not? Get yourself involved, I'd appreciate it. I'd love to have you. If you want to support the channel, there's a link in the description, in the pinned comments with the pics, timestamps, and all the other stuff. Right then, first things first. I was going to say it was a rather difficult day today, but it actually wasn't. It was pretty much as easy as it seems. All them favourites won today. Not only did all the favourites win, all them dogs got put down, barring one. But all of them just got fucked up, didn't they? We'll touch on that in a sec anyway, because they're all playing again anyway, the winners. So, actually, before we touch on that, I don't know what's happening over in Houston. I was watching Tommy Paul, Jensen Brooksby. That's been cancelled because of the lightning, and when I checked last, it was absolutely pissing it down over there. So, may or may not get that tonight. I don't know how the final's going to work, whether they're going to cram it both into the one day, so I'm not too sure. We'll see what happens with that. But for now, we've got the final over in Romania. And Sebastian Baez, no surprise there, against Flavio Cavalli. I'm rather shocked in that one. If you'd have said to me at the start of the week that Flavio Cavalli is going to make the final, potentially even win this tournament, I'd have said you were out of your mind. But yeah, here he stands. You can't say he doesn't deserve to be here. Not at all. Sebastian Baez has been fantastic. And like I said at the start, all them dogs got absolutely fisted today, apart from Kamil Majerak. Shout out to him, he young in there, really good. Martin Fucsovics, I mean, we all know how good he plays over here. We know how good he's been playing all week. He got smoked by Sebastian Baez today. Absolutely bullied. Baez played an absolute blinder as well, but it's hard to tell as Baez got better as the week's gotten on. That was definitely the best performance I'd seen, but as Martin Fucsovics just got a little bit worse as the week's got on. Probably not. I don't know. Either way you swing it, the result was still the same. He got fisted there. And this is the third final now for Sebastian Baez. Safe to say, we fully understand what we're going to get from this lad over on the clay. Probably one of the best, if not the most consistent and best clay court player we've got on the tour at the moment, if you think about it. Flavio Cavalli, man. I mean, look, I'll just say it, folks. I mean, I'll admit it. In hindsight, everyone's a genius, but can't help but feel like not all week. The first game against Richard Gasquet, I was not convinced. I really wasn't. He's been rather dump all season. I imagine he'd admit that himself. The win over Richard Gasquet was rather ropey, to say the least. I think I've slept on this kid just a little bit against Filip Mislic. Yeah, he made Mislic look crap. And then today against Amir Juma, now I'd just come off a night shift, so I didn't actually get to watch it. I was asleep. I woke up, I seen he'd won in straight sets, and I thought, oh no. And then I seen the result, and I went, oh shit. I was like, what has he done there? Was he playing against a fucking cardboard cutout of this guy? Like, I don't know, you tell me. I've seen the highlights since, but he made him look fucking stupid today, and you've got to give it to him. If you didn't believe already, surely you have to by now. The resurgence is most definitely on for Flavio Cavalli. It's been perfect for him over here. And he's in a final. He could go on to win this. So, it's safe to say, he's definitely found what he was looking for. I'd say this is very close. Now, I know all week, and pretty much every clay tournament I say the same. Sebastian Baez is usually the one that you want to look at. Especially in like the 250s and the 500s. But I have slept on Flavio Cavalli, not once, but twice. And I will not do it for a third time. You can't blame me in that. Has he won a title yet? I don't think he has. Don't quote me on that. I don't think Flavio Caboli has won a tour level title. So he's going for his first. You could say he'd fancy himself for it. You could say that would amount a lot of unnecessary pressure upon the lad. I'm not too sure. I would not be surprised if he got this done today, just based off what he's been doing all week. But although I will give him credit, he's played really well, and he's here in the final. You have to admit, Sebastian Baez is going to be a bit more of a dominant force on the other side of the net, as opposed to Filip Mislic, Richard Gasquet, and Damir Juna, regardless of how good they were playing prior to the meeting of Flavio Caboli. Sebastian Baez is just a different beast. He's a different beast, and he's 10 times better than all them players he's already faced. I think he is anyway. That probably speaks volumes. I don't know. Maybe an over. I don't know. I mean, what Baez done to Fuskovic today? It's been a decent run for Flavio Caboli. It really is. All he needs to do now, he's done everything but win the title. There's one thing left, but there's still a way to go for the lad. Baez is more than proven in this spot, time and time again. We know he can get this one done. What is the price? What's the price? Mr. Wolf, where are you? Bucharest. Call it 1.5, call it 1.6. 1.6. Little bit more, give or take, depending where you are in the world. I'd probably be going with Sebastian Baez. I don't think 1.55, 1.6, I don't think that's enough for me to take him on a single. But, yeah. It'd have to be, wouldn't it? Look, if Flavio turns up and just rocks him, then I'll accept that. It is what it is. He always does play good on the clay. We've just seen nothing from him this season. And, you know, the more I go back and look at it, the results that he's got, maybe I still haven't seen enough. I don't know. I don't fancy going against this lad again. I won't be touching it, but I would have to assume Sebastian Baez has got this one in the bag. You let me know what you think on that. And we'll touch on to the next one, finishing us off. Over in Morocco, Marrakech, we've got Salon Griekspoor, Luciano Darderi. Now, I'll say this, although today I did not win the bet, you have to admit, taking Salon Griekspoor at the start of the week on the outright for this title at 6-1 is not a bad card to have up your sleeve at this point in the tournament. I mean, all he needs to do is just win this game. That's it. He's done everything but win it. And I suppose the same goes for Luciano Darderi. This lad's been quality. He's been very, very good this week. Not only just this week, you know, since he's come back onto the clay. No secret to us, struggling for form to start out. You know, 1-5 on the hard court. I remember it. He was very, very poor. Safe to say, he's discovered what he's needed. In that Naples Challenger, he got to the final, beat by Capriva, like we said, got his revenge against them. More than so as well, a very convincing win this time out. And he's just made Carbias Baena look like an idiot. Look like an absolute tit today. 6-3, 6-2, fantastic. Now, I always had a feeling there was a chance he could win it. I didn't think it was going to be as easy as that for him. I really didn't. Carbias Baena is no joke on the clay, and he's been flying all week too. Salon Griekspoor, man. Salon Griekspoor, he put in a good one against Kamil Majerak today. It was a close game. It was the closest out of the lot, anyway. Looked decent against Bellucci, decent against Carreño Busta. He's been decent all season. He's looked really good the past few weeks. You know, we're going back to like the Indian Wells and whatnot. He's took out some decent opponents on his way to the final in Marrakech. Even before it, you know, he's had wins over Medvedev, Zverev. You know, we remember them. But even now on the clay, you know, considering he's not much of a clay player, has he ever won a clay title? I doubt it. I wouldn't have said so. Yeah, it's a tough one. This is a lot tougher than it looks. Luciano Darderi, we know that this lad loves the clay. Not only does he love the clay, but he is most definitely playing like the guy that we know. Um, I need Greek Sport to win this one. It's as simple as that. We'll just get that out the way really quick. As far as like the pick and the bet goes, I've got Greek Sport on the outright. That's 6-1 still. So even if I thought he was going to win this, or even if I wanted to take him, I would not be going for it. He's 1.7 on the decimal, and it's a decent price. It really is. These have played each other twice before, and it was last year. They played each other twice last year, and Greek Sport did beat them on the clay over in the Roland Garros. Straight sets as well. Tiebreaker in the first, 6-3, 6-3, and then he beat him in the Paris Masters in straight sets too, 6-3, 6-4. No doubt, having that previous win, like fairly recent one as well, on the clay in straight sets, you should be fairly confident coming into this one, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Darderi has just claimed this tournament all week, and he's been really good. Really, really, like a lot better than what I thought he was going to be. Who's it going to be? Hey, who is it going to be, folks? Selling Greek Sports has been a safe bet all weekend. I'd say he's flew under the radar. He hasn't really. He was like the second favourite, very close second favourite behind Nuno Boys to win this. So he's been as good as pretty much I expected him to be. Maybe a little bit better. I'll give him that. But I don't know, man. Darderi is most definitely more proven on the surface. You have to admit that. It's just a 50-50, you know. It's a 50-50. You don't have to just pay your money and take your choice on this one, folks. I'm here, like I said, I'm just sitting on the outrights for today. I've still got selling Greek Sport, and I've still got Tommy Paul for over in Houston. He don't know what he done in that first set. He just fucked that first set against Jensen Brooksby. It's into the second. It's been interrupted. We'll see what happens with that. But ideally, if I could cash both of those outrights, happy days, happy days. But if I can get just one, I would love it, absolutely love it, to beat selling Greek Sport. That'd be great. Fingers crossed. Greek Sport squad. Who's with me? Did anyone take him at the start of the week? I should have asked that earlier. Anyway, doesn't matter. I hope he wins. I'd love him to win. I'm going to be cheering for Greek Sport to get this one done. Not only for himself, but more importantly for me. And for everyone else that's jumped on him today. Well, that's the start of the week, rather. And you know what? Regardless of form, regardless of how good Darderi's been playing all week, if this was any other tournament, any other time of the year, any other season, there'd only be one way for me to go on this. And I feel like the path is very, very clear. I think Talon Greek Sport's got more than enough to get this one done. He is the better player after all. Maybe not the more experienced on this surface, but he's probably definitely, undoubtedly, the more trustworthy of the two. Best of luck to you. Let me know what you're going for. Don't know who's playing in the Houston final, so we'll have to wait. But it doesn't matter, folks, because we have got Monte Carlo starting tomorrow. Aye. So 2 or 3 games in round 1. Few decent ones, and then we're getting through the rest of qualifying. But there will be a video for that tomorrow night, so stick your notifications on. Appreciate you getting involved, stopping by, taking the time. As always, like and subscribe. Don't know what happened there. Try that again. Like and subscribe. Very well then, folks, I'll be saying good night to you, yeah? You take it easy, you take care of yourselves. Most importantly, you take care of one another. Enjoy the final, and I'll see you at Monte Carlo. Make sure you're nice and rested for it as well, because we're going to have to be sharp. We're going to need all hands on deck for that. It will not be easy, but it will most definitely be a classic. I was going to say a cracker and a classic, then I also said a classic. Yeah, fuck it, it's late over here. See you in a bit, folks. Yeah, let's go get that cash. Best of luck to you. See you tomorrow.